Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're taking a look at the Destiny 2 Weekly Reset for June 1st, 2021. So everything that has reset in the current week, from the Nightfalls to the Splicer stuff. We're going to be talking about everything that has reset in the major weekly reset. And hopefully this time I actually remember to do the Gunsmith. For the major thing going on this week, it's going to be the Splicer 4 quest, where you go over to Mithrax, the little servitor guy, and then you talk to him. He probably sends you on an override, and then there's going to be another new expunge, which there is a new expunge this week. It says so on the calendar. We're getting also another new pinnacle mission next week as well, and another one after that, and another one after that, and another one after that. Just look at the calendar. We have literally back to back to back to back new mission, new expunge every single time. Moving on with the regular weekly reset, starting up with the Nightfall Ordeal. Can I just say it's so nice to be part of the 7 Digits Club. It's been so long. But yes, for the Nightfall, this week it's going to be the Inverted Spire. Now, the Inverted Spire is going to be that beta mission from Destiny 2, where you go through a very short mission on Nessus, and you fight the big Minotaur at the very end. This one's a very quick and very short mission, so you definitely are going to need at least Legend. You may have to kill a lot of the enemies along the way that you usually skip. As far as the Nightfall unique, I think it's the Fusion Rifle. I think it was Fusion Rifle, Scout, then Sniper, and I think we just had Sniper. The Vanguard Strike Burn this week is going to be Void Cinch. The weekly rotating Crucible playlist is going to be Momentum Control. It's actually a game type that I would recommend. I believe it's like you don't have any shields, and you get abilities of killing enemies, and there's also control in it. It's actually a pretty fun game mode and can help you to get a lot of quest stuns for very specific requirements. Because again, no one has any shields, so it's very easy to get kills. Moving on to the Europa stuff, for the Empire Hunt, we have the Warrior. For the Simulation, we have Agility. I believe Agility is going to be the one that's inside-outside with all the cubes. For the Deepstone Crypt Raid Challenge, we have Red Rover, taking place in the first encounter of the raid. And in this encounter, every single person has to get the operator and shoot at least one panel throughout the entire encounter. There's a special strategy here, just everybody has to do the operator job. As for the Moon stuff, for the Nightmare Hunts this week, we have Skolas, we have Zydron, and we have Taniks. Zydron's easiest, you can hide up in the rafters. For the Garden of Salvation Raid Challenge this week, it's going to be To the Top. To the Top takes place in the third encounter of the raid. It's going to be the one where you kill the Harpy boss. And in this encounter, whenever you deposit motes, you have to deposit 10 motes each time. So instead of doing 5, 10, 10, 5, you have to do 10, 10, 10. The strategy here is you just send someone early. As soon as you link that first one, you have the buff. So just send someone early. I really tried hard last week, huh? 1. All right, fine. I mean, I'll come get them back later. Anyways, I wanted to go over some of the seasonal challenges. Obviously, we have a lot of very straightforward stuff, like defeating Wyvern bosses, doing the Splicer 4, completing Ether and Strikes and stuff, which I have completed retroactively. For this week, we have Fusion Rifles in Override or Expunge, unlocking artifact mods, completing Lost Sector Legend or higher, marksman weapons like snipers, scouts, fusion rifles. This one's Powerful Combatants in Gambit, Guardians of Momentum Control, and then Nightfall Strike on Hero or higher. This one actually gives you a Nightfall weapon on it as well. And again, if you are looking to level up in the Season Pass, this is probably one of the best ways to get experience are going to be these challenges. You get really, really large experiences. You finish like 1 or 2 of these, and you level up like 5, 10 times. It's kind of crazy. Maybe not that much, maybe 5 times from like 2 or 3 challenges, but it's still a lot. Okay, for some reason the store tab wasn't working, so I'm actually at Eververse right now, so things should be working now. But yes, welcome. Oh, that's actually kind of funny. Welcome to the Eververse items available for this week. We have obviously this is for silver, and this is something that's actually kind of interesting. We have the Hacker Time I did just show. We have this Metropolitan Frigate, which is actually somewhat of a unique model. It's not a lot of ships that have this model. I do like the way it looks. Transmit effect, that's pretty straightforward. We also have a shader, which has this wood finish to it. If you want that wood finish, it is quite unique as well. For the other Bright Dust section, first and foremost, I want to just mention the Doomfang. If you're on the Titan right now, I forgot that she talks when I'm near her, but the Doomfang ornament actually looks pretty cool, and I love Doomfang just across the board, so I would highly recommend it. And keep in mind that I'm on my Titan, so I see the Titan one. If you're on a Hunter, you're going to see the Hunter one. You also have things like the Hard Light Ghost Shell. You have this Sparrow here that looks like this, which I don't really know why. We have this ship right here that looks like this, which is actually kind of fun and weird. We also have the emote for study time, where you just kind of take a book and you learn some stuff, which we're not going to be doing here. We never do that here. We have an ornament for the Outbreak Perfected to make it look very Trials-like. And I don't actually remember this being an ornament, but it came out in Season of the Worthy, so it's been out for quite some time. Very gold, very interesting. We have some transmit effects and some ghost projections that are all pretty straightforward. I'm not going to go over every single one of them. A bunch of different shaders. I'm not a big fan of any of these shaders, but if you want... Come on. Right, if you want any of these shaders, go for it. I'm having some loading issues. They should be pretty straightforward, but I'm not a big fan of any of them. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about the Gunsmith. Obviously, he has a bunch of different roles for a lot of different weapons that are available every single week and that change weekly, and these are static roles. So if you want any one of them, you literally can just buy it very cheaply and get that very specific role. I've already went ahead and took a look at a lot of the different options. There's definitely some interesting ones. For example, this False Promise, although 360s are really not that powerful. Outside of Underdog, you have things like Ricochet, Extended Barrel, Swashbuckler. Pretty good for this weapon, but you could definitely do better. The bow, not really that interesting. I don't really like these perks on it. The 7 Seraph CQC-12, probably the best item on offer today. We have Assault Mag, we have Lead from Gold, and we have Trench Barrel. Very, very close to being the best it can be. I personally still like auto-loading here, but this is pretty much like the second best you can have on it, and the rest of the stuff handling is pretty great as well. So I would definitely highly recommend this. Some of the highest DPS in the game with Trench Barrel, even higher than that of First and Last Out if you don't have Vorpal on it. And this also works for non-mini-boss targets. I would also recommend getting the Last Dance. This is a very good version of it. Full auto makes it fire faster. If you don't know, 10% faster if it's full auto. Rangefinder is always nice. Ricochet or Light Mag, range masterwork. Pretty much a perfectly built Last Dance. From my memory, that is. You also have 7 Seraph Saw, which really helps with Warmind cells, really helps in Grandmasters to have arc damage in your heavy weapon, although not a great roll, and then the Bad Omens is pretty bad. And again, this is very subjective. This is based on what I like to see, what I like to use. You may like something different. A lot of people talking about that Toil and Trouble last time. I really don't like the gun. I wonder what this is supposed to be. I mean, it looks similar to the Expunge... it looks similar to the Expunge thing, but... what is it? Oh, that's kind of creepy. You can see this from this side, and then you go here and it's gone. Moving on to Hawthorne's inventory. Showing off our weekly raid challenge. For the Last Wish weekly raid challenge, we have Fight Forever. This is going to be taking place in the 3rd encounter with the big ass ogre. Just don't kill any of the regular ass ogres in this fight. It's pretty simple and pretty easy. And I mean, while we're here, we might as well pick this up and see what's going on with it. Oh, look! It's yeah, it's an override. Yeah, big surprise. Oh, and there's gonna be some more racists on the chatter. Let's go. Okay. What did I say? And finally, for the war table mods, which I'll probably not be doing again in the future, just because we have exhausted this season, but these are still some pretty good mods. I hope you guys do end up getting them. First of all, we have Elemental Light, where you can spawn elemental wells with your super kills. And we have Font of Wisdom, where you can get plus 50 intellect for 30 seconds after picking up an elemental well. And as you can tell, plus 50 intellect is very strong, and I would recommend it. Font of Wisdom can work quite well in a lot of elemental well builds, it just being an incredible bonus. You just gotta find a way to generate wells. And of course, as always, if you haven't already, come check out the live streams that I have right after these videos, as well as all the times on screen, oftentimes doing open lobbies, definitely with a lot of Vaults of Glass carries. If you've never done it, please come check it out. Twitch.tv/Dychronic, link in the description down below. And of course, I'm gonna give a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon for making videos like this possible. Specifically, I wanna give a big thank you to Medibudu, Mom, Dad, Charles Williams, Dr. Strange, Joe Smith, Mundig, Daniel Hopkins, Tobacco Noise, Justin Ray, Raymond Schoenman, Newt Panther, Cole Sherman, Casey Reagan, and Badgie for their support on Patreon. And that's gonna be the end of it. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name is Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.